My name's Oscar, I'm from the UK, I'm a physiotherapist and I'm currently working in Melbourne at Eastern Health. I actually didn't know what I wanted to do, and I actually spoke to my college careers advisor and I was like, oh look, these are the things I like. I love chatting to people, I love interacting, things that are social. I don't want anything kind of like desk-based. And she was like, oh, you should look at physio, like it's very social and interacting with people, and if you like sports, and there's all this other side to it too. And I was like, oh, yeah, I should look at that. And then, yeah, I was like, perfect, sounds really good. So yeah, that's kind of how it came about, really. I kind of did my 3 years and really was enjoying my work and my life, but I just kind of felt like I wanted to do something different and have a bit of a sort of a new challenge and a bit of a change. I was kind of thinking, like, how can I use this degree that I've worked so hard for, and how can I apply it elsewhere? And unfortunately, I don't speak any other languages, so kind of Australia was kind of like the main thing that I kind of thought of, and then I realised that it really aligned kind of all the things that I enjoy, sort of like the being outdoors and the active lifestyle and all those kinds of things. Australia was the main pull for that, really. Is further enough away from home that yeah, it was like exploring new territories, but then similar enough access to all the things that I like, running, football, basketball, golf, all those sorts of things. Surfing is a big one as well that I was doing back home, but is much more accessible here. Can do it much more frequently. It's super nice. Even had a few surfs just in like board shorts in the summer, which is really nice. But yeah, definitely not wearing anywhere near the same amount of thickness as I would back home. So yeah, that's really nice. And then yeah, the fact that I was able to apply my degree and do my same job here as well. Somewhat easily without too much of hassle of the changeover. Living in Melbourne is great. It's so diverse. There's lots of things to do. It's so easy to kind of access sort of green spaces and the sea as well, which are two things that are kind of pretty important to me. The food scene here and sort of just the sort of the variety that there is here attracted me. Melbourne is like a world sort of leading area in vestibular physiotherapy, with the eye and the ear hospital, and yeah, just people much more specialist in it here than perhaps they are typically back home. So yeah, I've already done a few different courses here and feel like I'm much more confident and competent in practicing sort of vestibular physiotherapy. The process of kind of coming over through the Australian Physiotherapy Council was pretty easy, really. Just had to kind of get together all your documents, like your degree, certificate. No exams at all, so that was really nice, because I'm not sure I'd have been really up for that. But yeah, I was really fortunate that my qualifications match up to their standards, and I was just able to submit my qualifications. Like our HCPC, which is like the Healthcare Profession Council back in the UK. The different certificates to say, look, you're a practicing physio, and then you just upload them all to sort of the Australian Physio Council's portal, and then you get a response pretty quickly, really, just to say that these match up with our core standards. Didn't have to do any sort of further qualifications or anything like that, so that bit was really streamlined and really easy to use, actually. I think I started with it sort of quite early. I'd say probably kind of 8-9 months in advance. I kind of knew that I wanted to do it before then, but yeah, just so that I wasn't rushing around with anything. I think the first thing I did was book flights and then kind of work back from there, so that I had the deadline to work to. But yeah, I would definitely recommend getting everything in order sort of way before you want to go. Obviously, it's different for everyone else, depends how quickly you need to start working and things like that. But yeah, for me, I knew that once I booked the flight, far enough in advance that it's easy to work towards going. I just applied for sort of like the permanent residency visa. So I'll be able to sort of have a bit more freedom with how long I stay here. Previously I was on the working holiday visa. If I was giving any advice to people doing the same thing, if there's a group of you that are keen to do it, definitely do it together, because it makes the whole process a lot less daunting. We were all physios, and we also knew physios that were out that made the trip already. So that was really helpful to kind of check in with each other and find out sort of where they were at with their applications. Definitely makes it a lot easier when you're in the same boat as a few other people, for sure. Most of them, physio-wise, are in Melbourne. I've got a few friends in Sydney, got a few friends that lived up on the East Coast, sort of Townsville way, and I've got a couple of friends in Perth as well, so pretty spread out, but hopefully that means that I've got places to go for trips and visit people in different areas, which I'm very keen to do. And I was very open sort of minded to kind of do, whatever job really. Obviously one of the main reasons I was coming out here was to sort of experience the new culture and take it all in. I was quite prepared to kind of do whatever job, and I think I'm quite fortunate that I've been doing rotational jobs previously. And it's the same as anywhere really. You just might not necessarily get the ideal job that you're looking for straight away. It's certainly a competitive process. It's a competitive process anywhere, but there are lots of jobs available and lots of jobs out there. So I was quite well set up to kind of work in a variety of different environments. So I was quite happy to kind of take on anything really, but my sort of main area of interest would be kind of real acute trauma and sort of neuro work. So yeah, I'm really lucky. I work within Eastern Health, which is like a large public health network in the sort of eastern suburbs of Melbourne. And my role is very varied, so I cover sort of different departments, different annual leave cover. So I'm always in different areas. Typically I'll be in the same area for sort of 1 to 2 weeks at a time. But yeah, I'm really lucky that I get that variety of working with the different teams and sort of getting to know different members of the Eastern Health team. So I was really lucky in that when I worked in the UK, I was always in sort of rotational jobs. So I was always kind of working in different areas, 6 months, 9 months, within different areas of the hospital, which reflects very similarly to when you're like a junior physio here in Australia. They're all on rotation, so I kind of had that sort of breadth of experience. And so I felt like I was able to kind of easily filter into that system because it's the same thing that they do here. So that was really nice. It was almost the perfect job for me to begin with, because I'd go around and meet these different people, which people in my position as a grade 2 physio don't typically get those opportunities to move around quite so much. So it was like the perfect opportunity for me to meet new people and meet new teams. I work with lots of students back home as well. So it's something that I always really enjoy, is like bringing in that new profession and trying to sort of help them find their own way. I really like it. I've had plenty of teaching on how to sort of supervise them here, because obviously the marking and everything's different. People will go and be like, oh, you're having your morning tea, and people have a coffee and those sorts of things. But that's not like it. Work gets very caught up and very busy back home, so you don't always have that kind of time to stop and relax. And I must admit, I'm probably still in the culture of back home, and sometimes I'm like, I don't have time for it. But yeah, everyone will always sit down and have a bit of a chat and just have that break in the morning, which sometimes feels a bit indulgent and excessive, but actually really helps to kind of chill things out for the rest of the day. Probably one of the main reasons why I wanted to come to Australia, as opposed to say somewhere else that I might have been able to go, like Canada or America, is you get those similarities with the public health system. So it's really nice to kind of have that experience, whether I'm to go back home or just to stay out here. I kind of have a bit more of an appreciation for how the different healthcare networks work and see what is better and what might be worse. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of similarities between the two. The advice I would give is definitely do it. The standard of physio is really, really good. Definitely come out. It's such a really good way of life here in Australia.